29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0. They call me Cuba Pete. I'm the king of a rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday, and it's been a garbage day. I obviously did not get the garage cleaned up enough to turn the studio back into a live stream, and by the time I got around to doing this, I was like, you know what? I am done. I'm done for the day. I am tired. So I saw there was a bunch of you guys here. Let's see, anything I missed? I saw most of this. So Thomas, I don't see how you I do see how. I'm just kind of surprised you'd never heard of Olamic. I touched on Olamic the other day when we did Wednesday's live feed, and I talked about this one, my personal Olamic, my Wayfarer 247. So they're American made. They're great knives. They are awesome. I don't know if Bees is going to stop by. I sent him a link to my live feed. So what was this? You got a free Condor knife, but it seems kind of cheap and subpar. The Condors are hit or miss. I've seen a couple of the Condor buoys, and both of them I saw. One was really nice, and one was pretty awful. So we have in the studio with us today a co-host. We have a handsome devil here. Say hello. Say hello. So we have Shop Cat. He was feeling lonely because my wife is in Japan, and well, the dog is in a jar. So he does not have anyone for him to interact with. So he's been sitting with me all day, everywhere I go, every time I turn, there is Shop Cat. So I'm kind of happy about it. He's been keeping me company. The thing that sucks is I can't take him to the hotel with me for the fumigation. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I've got, I still have all my knives here. We can do a continuation. Hey, I still don't have my bell. I honestly don't know where my bell is. So ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. I'm not hitting the dog jar. So, and the only other jar here is my THC juice. So let's see here. Brandon Sutton. They have some decent models. I missed that. Thank you, Aiden, for the 2 bones. Bearded Doom. How have you been, sir? I don't know if you noticed, Beard of Doom. I did not remove you from the server because you were ever so kind to gift so many people memberships. I basically left you in the Gilded server the same way I let Brant in from Hinderer Collector. So you are still in there. My sea snake came in. Very awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. This cat is such a sweetheart. That's a happy cat. He likes to lay down and then lay with his head up under my arm and one arm. So he's got like his head and one leg, his front leg out through the hole. And he just likes to lay there. You know what I can't figure out? And I don't know what it is, guys. Maybe you can tell me. Why the fuck can't I get more than 20 people in a live feed? I just don't know. Like if it's just that my live feeds suck, fucking tell me and I'll stop doing them, because it really gets discouraging when like you do a live feed and I'm doing a live feed and I'm having fun and you guys are here and I'm enjoying it. And I look over at somebody else's live feed and I'm like, good God, channels that don't have as many subs. That's where I should be saying, like, I get it when Jared and some other guys get huge amounts of viewers in a live feed. I get it. They're huge channels. They're much bigger channels. When I see channels that have got 3,000 subs, and they're pulling 150, 200 people. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's where I'm getting at. Like, what am I doing? You guys tell me, what am I doing wrong? Because I really don't know. But like, I just need to know. With 10,000 subs, I would figure that, like, I just need input from you guys. If you're interacting with videos, if you like a video, tell me what you like about it. That's what the comment section is for in a video. If you like a video, you got to tell me. If you don't like it, you got to tell me. Don't just like shit on a video and give it a thumbs down and not tell people. I was talking with a creator earlier today, much larger creator. We're talking millions of subscribers. And he's like, yeah, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, the likes are like, everybody thinks that the analytics and things like that are what's important. Interaction with a video is super important. If you're watching a video and you watch it for a little bit, just hit a thumbs up. The more interactions you have on a video, the more YouTube is likely to recommend it. So not just with me. It's not just, I'm not just talking to me. If you like a channel, it's the demographic. Yeah, but I'm talking about channels in the same demographic. See what I'm saying? Like channels in the same demographic. I'm talking about other knife channels. So, but see, I don't like, if that's what I have to do, then I'm not fucking doing it. Then it'll just be 15 of us. I'm not going to do giveaways just to get views. It's not fair because it doesn't, your core membership, like the 15 people that are watching are probably the same 15 people that are always here. Those are the people I want. I'm not going to do it if I have to. Dang, Ross. Time slot, I think. It's pretty late for some East Coasters. Motherfucker, it is Friday. That's why I do Fridays later. That is why I do Fridays later. No, I'm just saying, like, that's what I don't want. I'm going to tell you, I don't want garbage subscribers. I don't want subscribers that come to the channel only looking for something that they can get for free. I'm avoiding what's in this glass. We don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. I was going to say, did you guys see that Elon released the Twitter emails about election stuff? I typically don't like to talk about anything political, but this isn't political. This is a social media platform that has just now decided that he's like, fuck it. Here you go. Here's everything. As someone said, Elon Musk did not buy a company. He bought a crime scene. So I do have something that I would like to ask. This is another one of those fundraisers. There's something I want to do. It's kind of personal. It's nothing nasty. It's nothing dirty. It's not like I'm planning a trip to cheat on my wife or anything. But there's something I want to do that I don't want to talk about here. But here's the deal. I am willing to lock this in my safe for a week if we can hit $300 worth of super chats in this video. If I can get $300 worth or more, I will take this out of my pocket and I will carry for a week the MTech Adidas Slide button lock that is sort of a knife. I will put my $1,000 Norseman I will do it tomorrow and leave it there and not even take it to the hotel with me. Not PC enough. Okay, Brandon, I don't curse anywhere near as much as other channels. I don't even curse in my pre-recorded videos. I do curse here. I don't know. We're not doing it in the studio right now because the studio's a mess. It really is. I did not realize. You don't realize. I'm going to tell you guys right now. If you're married, do not take your significant other for granted. My wife has been gone since the 20th. I'm falling apart. The house is kind of a mess. I can't keep up on laundry and all the domestic tasks. I spent the day today cleaning the house, sweeping and mopping because there's just cat hair everywhere. This cat, it's a long-haired cat. It sheds. So, but yeah, what I was saying is if we hit $300 worth of super chats, because that's actually, it has to be 400 because what I need is 300. And since YouTube takes a 70-30 split, I get 70, they get 30 on super chats. That's what I'd have to hit, 400 to get close. At any rate, yeah, I will put my $1,000 knife away and carry this MTech USA made in China. It doesn't even deploy all the way, but you got to wrist flick the shit out of this one. So, I don't know about that. Here's the thing. The knife hobby is welcome to everyone. You can be a soft sissy and still like knives. Mike, yay! I don't know. I hope B stops by. I absolutely sent him a link. I DM'd him a link. If he's still live, if you guys can go, tell him that I wasn't joking. I did DM him a link to the live feed. I also sent one to my daughter in Japan. She might get to talk to us for a little bit. But, you know, it's Friday, y'all. Me and the cat and the dog, we're going to have a beer with y'all. I had to, do you guys, you want to know a little bitter? Just a little bitter? You're like grapefruit. You're just mildly bitter. You're not really bitter. You're not bitter like the, what was it that I had that I bit into? Oh, the seed on some of the tropical fruits. Super, super bitter. That's bitter. You're like a grapefruit, just mildly bitter. Just a little bitter. What happened, Mark? We can all listen to your story. And then we'll look at we'll just go back to looking at some of my favorite knives again. Outdoors Addiction. What are some great knife channels? Fucking this one. Period. That's what you get. You're not getting anything else. Ooh, the Bally scissors. I didn't write this down. I'll have to go back and do the tally on this to see if we hit the mark to do the thing. Even, I mean, if we get close to 400 in super chats, I'll still do it, just like I did with the air conditioning thing. That's something I want to do, and I 100% want you all to pay for it. $5 super chats at a time. Have a little bit of the Coors. Outdoor Addiction. There's a lot of them out there, bud. I don't have my bell, but thank you for the 5 bones, Aiden. But yeah, I saw those Bally scissors. I saw a video about that a long time ago, and I saw it come out. Fucking cat's been laying on that pillow. I saw it come out I saw him come out with a video about it, and I was like, that's really cool. And I was like, I wonder how that would work. Cheers. It's Friday. A little bit of the banquet. Just slay bananas on your channel and read smutty children books. Have you seen the book Go the Fuck to Sleep? Man, if that isn't accurate. I mean, it could be worse. You could have put a roll of duct tape there and be like, hey, let's play a game. I will tell you a secret. Always check for toilet paper before you sit down. Yeah, it is cool. I don't know how much they were. I didn't see it. I don't remember. So, guys, a knife that we missed on Wednesday when we were looking at knives that I love. Why are you guys recommending other channels? You're here. This is the only channel you should care about. It's here. I'm kidding. We missed some knives that I really, really love when we were talking about it. Pardon me. this is the first knife that we ever did a video about on this channel. Always check. What is this? Had to. So I say always check for toilet paper first. Here, I want to say about a month or so ago, I stopped at a rest stop. I was driving up to. I drove up to Pendleton and back. At any rate, I stopped up there at Pendleton at the. No, it was the other night when I took my wife to the airport. That's what it was. I stopped at the rest stop right there at Pendleton, and Outdoors 55. That's a very good call. I love his channel. Alex is a great dude. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him for a little while, but I would say Triple B, but Sean only makes like 2-minute videos. I'm not 15. Like, I want more than just a 15. I want more than a 2-minute video. That's why I don't watch TikTok. Everybody's like, oh, you watch TikTok? No, because I have an attention span that lasts more than a minute and a half. I mean, but at any rate, I sat down to use the shitter at the rest stop, and that's when I realized there was no toilet paper, and I was mid shit. I was mid sewing of loaf, and I'm like, fuck. And I turned around and I was like, there's no toilet paper. And I look, and behind me was the goddamn ass gaskets. Have you ever wiped your ass with a fucking a toilet seat cover? They're not great. They're real slick. They don't do much cleaning, really. They do a lot of smearing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be unpleasant. What you got to do is, because they're really slick, you got to ball them up so that it catches some corners, so it does some cleaning, and then just hope for the best. Because then you're like, I'm like 5 minutes from a nearest McDonald's. If I fucking feel like I got mud butt, I'll just pull in there. But yeah, it's always check for toilet paper, always, every time. So big shout out to all the paying members. There aren't too many of them here right now. There's only a couple of my paying members here. I think Aiden is the only one that's been here. Yep. Aiden is my only Yep. Aiden is my only paying member here. Yeah, that's the dude I miss. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, oh, well, you can't sharpen that. And I was like, look, I'm going to tell you right now. We were talking about aluminum oxide and stuff. And Jared and I have had this argument. Jared and I have had this argument back and forth, because the tear out, I never believed that carbide tear out ever happened. And then they came out and I said, no, it's not carbide tear out. It shatters. And I'm like, here's the thing. 99% of people aren't going to, by the time that happens to those, you're going to a guy like me, by the time I get to a point where even if it was shattering, and I don't necessarily buy that, because there's only a few steels that aluminum oxide won't cut, because aluminum oxide, especially the corundum, is a 9 out of 10 on the rock, or on the Mohs hardness scale. And 99% of the steels you're dealing with, unless it's Rex 121 or Maximet or a couple other weird steels, those are only 9. They're like 8 on the Mohs hardness scale. So they're 8. Aluminum oxide is 9, diamond is 10, right? So that means you're still cutting it. Like if your aluminum oxide is harder than the carbides in your steel, you are still cutting those carbides. And the thing is, 99% of people aren't going to notice. And by the time you get to a point where that knife is starting to have the shattering effect, where some of the material around it starts to fall, you're going to sharpen it again anyway. So I don't buy it. So I was talking to Cliff Stamp. I was telling this guy, and he's like, well, I don't agree with you. And I was like, guess what? Cliff Stamp, who was a fucking metallurgist, fucking agreed with me. He said there's only a handful of stones. Oh, Mr. Pote, welcome back. Yeah, he's a good dude. I used to talk to Cliff. I used to talk to Cliff all the time. Elliot and I talked to Cliff. I had a phone call with Cliff and Elliot. We were talking about this same topic. And Elliot's like, Elliot too. He was like, everybody's like, Elliot doesn't know shit about steel. Elliot studied steel. That's why he does his own heat treats and shit on custom knives. That's where I disagree with a couple people. OCD for EDC. Calling Chris and Elliot the Farrenford sisters. That's fine. We call them names, but don't say that they don't know anything about making a knife. Elliot used to make custom knives. Elliot did custom heat treat. Elliot fucking studied that shit. Elliot and Cliff Stamp used to have hours and hours and hours long phone calls talking about heat treatment and carbides and how to do it the right way and what temperature range would get you past what the published hardness and things would be, you know, outside of scope. Stuff that Big Brown Bear does now and everybody says he's a genius. Elliot was doing 5, 6, 8 years ago. So he was doing it years before Sean was doing it. He was just doing it in different steels, and he didn't want those crazy heat treats. He just wanted something that was better than your average production heat treat on 204p 20CB M390, which is his preferred. Mike, yay! So giving me dollars, exchange rate. So you were giving me dollars. Hey, Mike, yay, with the 14 bones. Holy crap. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. I don't understand why they do that. Like, it doesn't, depending on what platform you do a super chat for or super chat from, it definitely it's weird how it works it out. Like, I can donate from my phone, I can donate and it's like 1 cent off, but from my computer it's like a straight 10. I don't understand it. I don't get the whole 99-cent off thing. Braden, oh yeah, I was that's who I was DMing with about the whole, like, what the fuck is up with the stream stuff. That's who I was, after he ended his, or before he started his live feed, before I was chatting on that, that's who I was talking to. So I use PayPal, so it's full of shit. Thank you, though. I definitely appreciate it. So guys, what do y'all want to talk about? Like I said, I have a couple of knife cases here. We can talk about some of my favorite knives that I have here. You can ask him before he got hammered talking about inappropriate ladies. Haha, he was in rare form. Yeah, I had to break loose for a little bit because I had to. Well, I got so busy. I had to get. Yesterday and today, I went out. I got takeout the last 2 nights because just it's been crazy. I just didn't even have time to cook. I looked at what time it was and I was like, if I don't go get something to eat now, I am going to not eat before my live feed, and I didn't want that. So tell us how much you love that Gerber. If that Gerber had a face, I'd punch it. So yes. That's what I'm telling you. Unless you're talking about Maximat Rex 121 or some of those other crazy new steels, maybe the one that Sean was working with Spyderco on, maybe those, and anything that's got like anything that's going to have tungsten carbides or titanium carbides in it, you're not going to get much on aluminum oxides. I'm telling you right now, you cannot sharpen Maximat on aluminum oxide. You've got to have diamonds. And people are like, oh, use the CBN. No, thank you. The CBN is no harder than from what I've seen, it's no harder than aluminum oxide, and it just cuts it. They're not, I don't like them. I don't like CBN. So it just depends on the steel. But like I said, most people that I know that use their knives a lot, they don't use any of those crazy high-end super steels. They want something more like 14C28N, ARPM9, something that really is not Voo fam. Hey, Jared told me I need to get a hold of you. I will be sending you a DM. I keep forgetting to do it. He sent me your info. I will absolutely be sending you a DM. I want to get with you. I'm trying to figure out, like, I want to get more stuff. Even if I'm not saying like I want free stuff from companies. I want more stuff coming in, even if it's on loan. And he said that I might be able to get with you to get a line on some of that because you work closely with some of those guys. So I just keep forgetting to do it. But I appreciate you stopping by. Other than intended purpose, here we go. What's a good non-expensive stainless and not 440 or 420? I just said it, 14C28N. 14C28N is going to be one of your best all-around bets on a steel. It's not super stainless, but it's also fairly stainless. You know what I mean? As long as you take care of it. But you're going to get so much out of it. Why is it so warm in here all this? Oh, you're on me. This cat is like, it's like having a heater. Lion Steel's good. Smith & Sons. I haven't gotten to see a Smith & Sons. Flack job. Sorry for being late. You're not late. There is no late. This is a 2-hour-long live feed, maybe. Let's see. Where was I at? Let's see here. Well, you are purring. 14C, they use 12C 27. 14C 28 is my preferred. I don't like 12C as much, but they absolutely do use, it's a Sandvik. Either one of the any of the Sandvik steels, you're doing good. Press that like. Thank you very much. I can't see likes. So there's 46 people here and I don't know how many likes. Somebody wrote something. Is acid washing hard to do or just like stone washing? I don't like acid washing a knife. One, I don't like the way it looks. And two, you're starting a reaction on that steel that is very hard to stop. And you're opening up the pores of that steel in a fashion that it's going to allow more to occur, more rust. 19 likes. There's 44 people here. I will tell you, that is one of the things that guys like Jeremy and some of the bigger channels always say. You guys, if you're watching, I'm not even just talking about mine. If you're watching Jared's video or somebody's video, if you've watched it for more than 30 seconds and you didn't hit the like button, you're a dick. So Nuts for Knives, one of my newer paying members. Nice to see you here. Let's see what else we got here. Other than for intended use, I like 14C28N, even D2 for fixed. I really like 1095. I will tell you 1095 is kind of a pain if you're making a knife. And I don't mean, it's really easy to grind. 1095 is so easy and so nice. It was the best experience I ever had grinding. My belts lasted forever. However, the heat treat is a nightmare. SD420. I'm gonna get into some of the 420 juice here. I have that prepared already, probably in about another 30 minutes. Let's see here. But yeah, like I said, if you're watching a channel and you watch it regularly, likes are the freest way to support a channel. It really is. Like I would prefer to be able to offer you something for the money that you guys donate. I really don't have any way to offer that. I'm not going to be sharpening anytime soon. I don't know if you can tell. The right shoulder is hanging way down. My doctor basically told me I'm not supposed to, my shoulder hurts because I was running the vacuum cleaner today. I'm not supposed to be doing anything with my right shoulder, like literally nothing. So are there any good buck knives? I love some of the buck knives. The Buck 110, classic, awesome knife. It's always great. The other ones, like most of their fixed blades, awesome. I have a little Buck 3-blade Stockman. I have a couple of their folding knives. They're all good, but their fixed blades are great. I have the 119 special. It was a gift from one of the paying members. It is an amazingly good knife. And it's in 420. It's in 420 stainless, and it's still such a good knife. What are your thoughts on exotic non-steel bladed materials? Okay, I have sharpened a lot of SM100. the Nitnels, which it's a nickel titanium alloy. And they are a nightmare to sharpen, to do it right, to do a really good job on it. They're kind of a pain. But on the flip side, they don't have the same limitations on how thin that edge can be, like at the very apex, as steel does. Steel is fairly brittle. The Nitnels are fairly soft. They're flexible. So that plasticity allows that edge to be drawn out thinner and thinner. When you're sharpening a knife and you're drawing that edge out and you're forming your apex, you can only go so thin before it breaks off. With the Nitnels, they're much more plastic at rest. They have much more flexibility. And the plasticity of that means that you can draw that edge out so much thinner on a strop. And what happens is the more you strop it, the more you're drawing that material a little bit further out. And it is ridiculous, but it's not like a wire burr edge like you would see on a steel knife. So when you put any pressure on it, it compresses, but Nitnel has a memory, so it comes back. So what happens is that knife will reset itself if you leave it be. And they hold that incredibly ridiculous, super, super terrifying sharpness for a while. I sharpened Nico's maybe a year ago, and he carries his so much. SD420. I don't even know who this is. Is this, are you somebody that's here all the time and you just changed your name? I'm actually warm now. It's warm in here. You are putting off some heat, Cat. Don't be a cow. Smash that like. Where are we at right now with that? Jeffrey, I don't know who Jeffrey is. Jeffrey Dawson. There we go. That's who I was talking about. I was a channel member for over 15 months. I 100% understand it. I have not kicked you out of the memberships yet. I'm giving you a little bit of time to see if you want to come back. Plus, you can always come back. Hey, Mike, yay. Mike, yay, hey. Let's see here. What else we got? Hello, Aiden. Let's see here. I'm scrolling through the chat right now. Ethan was asking about a Dahlstrong at about 70. I'll tell you what, I have 3 of their knives they've sent me, and they're in 3 different price categories. So I have their Phantom series, which is kind of mid-range. I have their Gladiator chef's knife, which is their low series. And then I have one of their, what they call them, the Shogun series. That's more of their high end. They're all great. They sent me one of their Phantom series paring knives. I don't know which one it is. He can probably DM. Just go into the Gilded server and tell him to. Is it here? Was he asking here? Guys, I'm sweating. I gotta take the sweatshirt off a little bit. Part of it could absolutely be the fact that my lights are on over there and that light up there is on. You guys have seen me with my hat off more in the last 2 live feeds than in a very long time. Zoroaster became a new paying member. Thank you very much. If you go over to the community tab on my channel, you will find a link somewhere on there to the membership or to the Gilded server where you can go in and chat and stuff. Because guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm caffeinated. And there's a very good chance there's going to be a movie night or some sort of stream where we just hang out, paying members only. Let's see here. Thank you very much, Zoroaster. Like I said, I'll make sure that goes out. I'm trying to see here what all is going on other than intended purposes. Crazy Shot, not with knives, but as a Maley Smith, I worked with titanium. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does have a spring back. Let's see here. Yes, mythical sharpness. It is ridiculous. Like I sharpened Nico's and just touching it. Like you couldn't I'm not talking like drawing, because you know when you've got a knife that's really sharp, like my Norseman is ridiculously sharp. If you push on it, you can feel it's very sharp and it wants to catch your skin. But to cut, if you got to move your finger a little bit. Not with the SM100. If you touch it, you can watch it split into the skin. You're like, that's cutting me. It's not a normal it's not a normal kind of sharpness. Oh, been following since Knife Live. Cool. It's bald Emler. I'm not bald. I do have hair. I'm balding. I do know that the top of my head looks like a puppy's belly, but I don't care. You're stripping, you know the rules. I'm going to strip down all the way. You guys are going to have to start paying for me to put my clothes back on. Guys, like I said, if we hit $300, well, $400 in tonight's live feed or close to it, because I have something I want to do. It's something I want to do. It's not really knife related. And I'm like, I can't do it if I don't have the money. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend any money. But if we do, this is a Christmas present to myself. If we hit that mark, I will put my Norseman in my safe and carry this M-Tech. I will do that. And it's disgusting. Oh yeah, strip for us. You don't want that. That is not something you want. I am wearing my One-Eyed Willie's Boondocks Spiced Rum. Did you guys see this shirt yet? Let me see if I can get turned around so you can see it. Nah, my back hurts too bad for that. It says, Jesus Christ. It says on the back of this shirt, One-Eyed Willie's Boondocks Spiced Rum. And it's Astoria, Washington. It is a Goonies shirt. Yes, I figured out what that was, Kyle, and I don't really want to relive it because fuck that dude. There are rules against stripping. Yes, absolutely. Let's see here. I'm trying to get through all these. So do I. Well, I mean, I use the I use those Dahlstrong Waterstones they sent me. Guys, those things are great. You have more on top than I do. I think at almost 50, I still look pretty good. I have held up well. I got some problems. I'm like a car with, you know, like I got some scuffs and dents. But I still got some left. Yes, I will. As a matter of fact, I'll carry anyone. If you got someone you don't like and you want them to have pink eye, send me their knife. I'll put it between my butt cheeks and walk around where I'm really sweaty and I'll mail it back to them. And when you give it to them, you're like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. And then a couple of days later, you see them, you're like, why do I have fucking pink eye? I had a customer. Is your shoulder tested? I don't know. I've had 4 total surgeries on this shoulder. I don't have a collarbone anymore. They cut it off. I parted my bicep. They reattached it. I tore my labrum. They reattached it. I've had so many surgeries on that shoulder. And you can see just by the way, when I sit, you can see that this one does not have all of the accoutrement that this one does. It ain't all there. Mike has a Friar Tuck hairline. No, I don't. Let's see here. Oh, I'm glad your kid's arm's doing better. Didn't someone said in a previous live feed that they would squirt ketchup on your toes and lick them? You're disgusting. I hate feet. Feet are disgusting. Let's make this self-gift happen. Thank you very much, Pote. I'd appreciate it. I appreciate it. Patina Turner. Guys, I have to relay to you a story. So Patina Turner, I don't have my bell, but thank you very much for the 20 bones. Yeah, I mean, guys, when you guys donate, I watched Jeremy's live feed over at the Quartering, and he got because he finally caught Tim Pool at 1.4 or 1.5 million, something like that, subscribers. And he's been trying to do that for a while. He finally caught him, and there was like 25,000 people in his live feed. And there was people just dropping $100 super chats. And you could just see how happy he was. And that's for YouTube creators. Let me explain to you guys. There's 48 of you here, so that you all hear this. We all love doing live feeds because this is what we're doing. We're interacting. I don't have to have a super chat to read your chat. But I guarantee if you want me to read a chat, that's a good way to make sure it happens because I read all my super chats. But I heard him at one point. He's like, is this what it feels like to be Tim Pool? Because if you ever watch one of Tim Pool's live feeds, that motherfucker's live feed just constant. It's just it's a cascade of $20 to $50 super chats. And I'm like, good God. Let's see here. But at any rate, so Patina Turner here. Patina gave me a knife at at Cali Custom Show. And I brought it home to sharpen it. And I still have to refund you your money. I won't keep that. Even though I did the work and but at any rate, I sent him back his knife. And somebody stole it. And I tried to get a hold of the post office to start an insurance claim. And they're like, well, I need the number off the package. So I read them off and they're like, well, it says it was delivered. And I'm like, okay. They're like, we don't reimburse on claims that were delivered. And I'm like, but he didn't get it. They're like, says it was delivered. I'm like, well, ain't you some cocksuckers? Pardon my French or German or Italian or whatever language you want to say it's in, but fuck you, post office. I have had very few incidences where something did not make it to its intended location. Yeah, 48 going on 49. I'll be 50. I am much closer to 50 than I am to 40, which sucks when you wake up in the morning because I might look like I'm aging pretty well, which I appreciate that. But when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I was in a rollover car accident. I'm like, what the fuck did I dream about? Let me see here. I have not held up well. I am a train wreck that was destroyed by a fire. I'm 54 and people guessed me at 65. I actually treated my body like shit and I wound up faring fairly well. I have a laundry list of issues. Most of my problems you can't see. What's my favorite super steel? If I had to pick a favorite super steel, I would have to say, if I had a favorite super steel, it would be S90V. Because it's a joy to sharpen. It's easier to sharpen than a lot of those super steels, even though people argue with me. You can sharpen it on the majority of stones. And when you get a good edge on it, it is nasty. And then it holds that edge for a very long time. Yeah, S90V is one of my favorites. S125V, if I owned a knife in S125V, I would love it. Unfortunately, the only thing I've ever done is make knives in S125V, and I'm going to tell you right now, that sucks. At 67 Rockwell, grinding it on a knife at 67 Rockwell, not good. Who's a wanker? Who are we talking about? Who are we referring to? Now I got to scroll down here. Are we talking about Kyle? Because I already knew that. Yeah, I feel really bad. Let's see here. What's the view look like? What we're even talking about. I'm trying to get caught up on To Adave, as my phone likes to call him when I tell my phone, it's like, hey, call 2A Dave on speaker, and it goes, calling To Adave. Hi, Dave. So you guys haven't got to see it yet. There is something coming up that is hilarious. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. We'll tell this story in a later live feed. But I told Dave about it. I'm talking about the lady that saw the security footage at the market. She's like, "That's you. I know you. I saw you. You crazy. What do you do? Why you do that?" I have been fighting with a headache all day. So there are knives that we did not touch on when we did the some of my favorite knives the other day. So we watched Nobody last night. That's right. This was a knife that changed everything for me. And it's in my case. This is my Reat Horizon D in carbon fiber and titanium. I re-anodized everything on this. And I say this changed everything for me because at that point, when this came out, it was $410. And so I picked one of these up from Blade HQ. And when it came in, I was like, holy shit. This is like custom knife quality at $410. Because before that, I had been into mostly custom knives. I'd had some custom folders, and I'm not going to name any because they weren't like great custom knives, but I had some $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 custom knives that I'd get, and I'm like, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with this at all. This is not what I was expecting at the price point. And so I got this, and that's when I realized how good a well-done production knife could be. So this was this was also the first knife I'd ever had, an M390. I got this right about the same time. I got this right before I got this, which actually was the first video on my channel, was this knife. So I got this one 2015. So I got this. I bought this in March, and the date on this is February 2015. So these were the first two knives, other than the Sebenza, I already had and carried. These were the first two knives that I really looked at it and I was like, these are better than some custom knives. And that has been a running theme I have seen throughout, is there are a lot of knives at the $300 to $400 in the mid-tech production realm that are as good, if not better, than custom knives. What was this? Complete Steel. I don't even know. You guys are in having your sidebar conversation. I'm not even gonna try and figure out what y'all are fucking talking about. I'll just look for, where's everyone going? There's only 37 people here. So yeah, that definitely, those two knives were definitely an eye opener. And I already had a Sebenza. I had a Sebenza that was in BG42 steel. I had one of the old classics, the Sebenza, the Chris Reeve Sebenza classics. I had one of those, and it was fucking great. And I sold it, and I bought the new one that I have that's an S35 VN. I should have kept the other one and just got it refinished. It is about time. I was working my way to it, Dave. I was working my way to it. It's already prepped. I already have it prepped. We may do a little bit of Cutlery Corner Network. Who knows? We're just kind of hanging out, kind of chilling. This is the chill stream. This isn't like a crazy. What is this? What about Tucson's M390? I only had, oh, wait. Is that blade faceted or was it a trick of the light? No, this absolutely is a compound ground, nightmare ground blade. So this was a mixed strider. We did talk about this. This was a mixed strider Anthony Marfione collab. So they did a nightmare grind on it because that's what Mick is famous for. And it's great. What other knife channels coming on? What about Tucson's M390? Like I said, I only got to handle one, and it was an integral, and it was pretty good. No, I disagree. See, everybody wants to shit. Everybody will shit on an entire brand's heat treat on an entire steel because one person got a bad knife. When you think about how many, knives Tucson makes in a batch, there's gonna be a couple. There's always gonna be a couple. But I have had zero issues with the heat treat on any of the Tucson knives. I had two of them actually, an M390. And I carried them, I used them, I sharpened them. I didn't see any issues with it. So if people did that, what is a nightmare grind? Go look it up. It's on Mixed Strider's website. So now see, I lost track of what I was going to talk about. We were talking about, oh, Tucson. Tucson. This was this was in the thumbnail for Wednesday's video. This thing is fucking. I have had zero problems with any of the Tucsons. The only issue I've had with the Tucsons, my shoulder is really fucking hurting. The only issue I've ever had with the Tucsons is that I just didn't like the design. That's it. I don't dislike any of the Tucson knives so far. This is, a lot of people don't like the aesthetics on this. One of the most comfortable knives in my collection, and Jesus, is it slicey and thin behind the edge. I did sharpen your, one in S110V. What, Jared had a problem with the M390? He never told me, because the ones that I had that were an M390, not trying to just be a contrarian, but I'm going to tell you the knives that I got from Tucson that were an M390 came from Jared. He didn't tell me anything about the steel. I didn't have an issue with it. Cortisone, in fact, cortisone's not going to do anything for nerve damage. It's nerve related pain, and we're trying to just get it in check. The Wii Eschaton is a nightmare. You're talking about this? That is absolutely a nightmare. You're absolutely correct. Jared didn't say anything to me, and I didn't see any issues with it. But then again, I'm that guy that, like, as long as it sharpens and it holds an edge long enough for me to do what I need to do, I don't fucking care. I have a tens. Thank you for the 2 bones, Aiden. I think we're at, like, what are we at right now? $40. Like I said, if you guys can get it to the, I don't remember. Lacey, I've done literally thousands of reviews. I have no idea what knife it was. And if it's one with a number, I sure as fuck ain't gonna remember. That is the worst fucking idea. And oh, we're gonna just use numbers for our knives. Fuck you. That's stupid. Give it a goddamn name. Like I said, if we hit $400, I will put my Norseman in the safe and leave it here while I'm at the hotel. I will literally put my Norseman in the safe. I will videotape me putting it in the safe. I will leave it here while the house is being tended for termites, and I will not take it with me. Oh, that's right. Cheers. That's got giggle grass juice in it. Any matter. Hey guys, what's up? All Tucson's are numbers. Yeah, I don't fucking care. The only reason I can remember this one is because it's mine and I've done it in a few videos. So, guys, yeah, you guys all forget. Like, you can't see it here, but you guys forget, if you're a paying member, you have access to those. Pretty Fly, that's a bunch. Good luck with that. What did Pretty Fly say? I don't want to take gabapentin. I heard that the side effects can be not great. I really don't want to try and take. I don't like taking anything really. I'll stick to my I'll stick to my T, the H, and the C's. Kubi was numbers. Yeah, Kubi was numbers, and then they started going to names, which is a very good fucking idea because I've had my brain rattled a few times. I can't remember numbers. Like if you give me your phone number, don't give me your phone number. Even I know it's only 7 digits. If you're in the same area code, you give me your phone number and you don't write it down, I won't make it to the door. I won't make it to the phone. You can give me a phone number. I will turn and be like, write it down. Like, why? I ain't fucking remember that. I had a lot of concussions. I still have a sinus infection too, guys. It's horrible. And I'm allergic to cats, and you're not helping. You're not helping. He is dead asleep. Watch this. Watch this. You gonna go back to sleep? Hey, there you are. There you are. I have a bad knee, and CBG helps with pain. Yeah. How about that? Good. You want to hold hands? What you doing? Oh, you do. You want to hold hands? Okay. Okay, we'll hold hands, and I'll rub your ear. I have bad knees, and gabapentin is CBG. Hey. I could make Tri-State the wife. What the fuck is that? What does that even mean? Braden Sutton, how's it going? Yeah, that's a good boy. He likes his ears. He likes his ears played with. Just got to hold on to it. I got a hold of his hand, and he's holding hands. Like I literally have his paw in my, and he wants me to hold his hand and his ear. So good kitty. All right, you want to hop back down? It's too warm. It's just fucking Christ. It's like carrying a heater. I don't understand what we got going on here. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to watch, some, this is just a chill stream. This is what we're doing. I do not have an agenda this evening. We can watch some Cutlery Corner Network if you guys want. Other than that, do you know from experience that hot water relaxes the throat? Is that a technique that you use? PFF-AKG? PFF-AKG, that's scroll up, Mike. We're playing. Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay. This is probably not a good idea. It makes my stomach hurt every time I have it, but I just hadn't. I had beer with Dave when he came down Saturday. I haven't had any beer since. I was just thinking, yeah, I don't have that kind of time to make it work. I would have to ice it all the time. And the fact that I've been doing stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing. You're going to stab your eyes? I'll tell you what, the only way God damn it, Bees did not show up. Fuck him. God damn it, Bees. See, he got like 26,000 subs. He's too big for this. He's like, oh, he's just in his living room. Yeah, yesterday I drank tequila. I forgot about that. My neighbor next door calls me over and he waves me over. He's like, hey, come here. I was like, what? And I was like, it was in the afternoon. I was trying to edit some videos and finish some stuff up and film. And he's like, hey, you want some tequila? And I was like, yes, I want some tequila. That's a silly question. I love tequila. And absolutely, that is not the correct answer. So I didn't get much done last night. I did get stuff done, but I had to wait because tequila, like giving me tequila is like giving me a Valium. It really is. Like when I was in the Navy, my friends would be like, oh, fucking Emler's in a bad mood. I don't think we should take him out. There's a chance that he's going to get in trouble and get in a fight. And my buddy Travis and my buddy Dave would be like, no, we got a solution for that. And so we're out and we were the first time that anybody saw it was in Hong Kong, and buddy Travis were sitting there and I was with some other friends off the boat, and they were like, He was like, I was like, I should go back. I'm just in a bad mood. Travis looked at me. He goes, oh, I know it'll solve that. And he's like, we were at Hooters in Singapore. That's where we were at, down on Clark Key, the largest bar district in the world. And we were eating at Hooters. And he's like, hey, can I get 2 shots of tequila and an order of buffalo shrimp? And I looked at him and he was like, it's for you. And I was like, oh, everybody's like, what are you doing? He's like, now he's definitely going to get in a fight. 20 minutes later, I'm just sitting there, they're smiling. They're like, what is this? And he's like, that's what you do. When Mike's in a bad mood, just give him a little tequila. It just calms him right down. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Most dudes want to get in a fight when they, oh, Jesus. That's disgusting. I'm not even gonna answer that. Do I find most steels easy to sharpen because you're good at sharpening? Could crewware be sharpened on that? Yes, crewware is just basically a high carbon stainless. Crewware is a very easy steel to sharpen. Most of your steels are going to be pretty much. I already said it. I'm not going to keep you reiterating it because people just. I'm not going to keep reiterating it because people are just going to keep thinking. But it's definitely very feasible to sharpen the majority of knife steels all the way up to anything that's at like, when you start getting into some of the crazy, like Rex 121, Maximet, some of those other crazy steels, those more high-end, super high-end custom steels, then yeah, you do need diamonds. You cannot sharpen Maximet on aluminum oxide. You can't. There's no way. It's just not going to work. But pretty much anything below that you can. What is this? Thank you, Antimatter, for the 5 bones. Mike, I am beating up my bed and have diamond stones on softer steels. Should I get another kind of stone for cheap steels? Use this. Go get the 6x1s that they sell over at Edge Pro and use those aluminum oxides, and you can flatten them the same way you flatten your Venev stones on a glass plate. The 6x1s on the aluminum oxides from Edge Pro are some of the best aluminum oxide stones out there in that size. They're fucking great. You're going to be able to sharpen the majority of your steels up to, like I said, up to some of the other ones. And then, it definitely does get easier. The harder and tougher the steel is, like when you start getting up into stuff like M390 and some of your higher end steels, LMAX, if it's heat treated in a custom heat treat like Elliot did on his, those are definitely ones that you're going to want diamond for when you start getting into the super steels, but you can still get away with it. I've sharpened M390 on aluminum oxide a ton of times, and it always comes out fine. So what? Mike, you got to back that up, my G. Lego 12 rounds guaranteed. I dust you in 30 seconds flat. What are we talking about? What is this that we're talking about? Are you talking to me or a different mic? I wish I was very clear. The bell is out there somewhere. It's a nightmare out there. I have to pack up all of our dry goods in those specialty bags. I don't have it. I'm sorry. I can ring a cup. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. What did you do to your knife that was getting holes and all breakdowns in it? Okay, you guys are obviously having a conversation in the background that I'm unbeknownst to me have been sucked into. So, like, unless somebody wants to let me in on the inside joke and tell me whether Happy Haptics is talking to me or if Happy Haptics is talking to someone else that happens to be named Mike, I don't know. He might be talking to Mike. Yay. Yay. I don't know. And I have no idea what you're talking about, holes and breakdowns in it. I have no idea what we're talking about here. I hate you all. Let's see here. He's talking about the acid wash. I wonder why people say CPM 154 glass is over easy and 154C doesn't. Finer grain structure. The carbides are way smaller. So when you go up into a finer grit, you don't have as much tooth. In a steel that has larger carbides like 14C28N, 154, because it's not powdered. Those aren't powdered metallurgy. You wind up with larger, coarser, sharper carbides. And you're going to have, even though you're still cutting those carbides, you're still going to have a different edge on a steel that has larger carbides. It's going to be toothier and stuff like that. 154, CPM 154 is powdered. 154 CM is not. So you see what I'm saying? So you're going to have a different type of grain structure, different type of carbides. And when you have those larger, more irregular carbides, you wind up with a much coarser, toothier edge. When you start with finer carbides, and then you're also cutting them on a finer stone, a lot of times you just lose any. Jared said it too. You just lose any cutting capability. It just feels slick. Now, some of those steels then take a turn at about, so they're good up to about 1,000, and then from 1,000 to like 5,000, they're really slick. And then when you get back up into higher grit, they seem to almost come. It's weird. I don't understand what it is, but there is a range where you just kind of don't get what you want out of it. Mike, I can braid your beard. Suck it. What did I do to you, Chef Rocky? Yo, Mike, I'm busting your chops. Well, happy haptics. I used to get in bar fights for fun. Like, that was my pastime. We used to just get in fights with Marines. I wasn't like a shore duty sailor. I spent almost all my entire time at sea fighting with Marines and getting in bar fights all over the world. So, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I told this to another dude. I was like, you may in the end win the fight, but you're going to fucking walk with a limp for the rest of your fucking life. And I got news for you. If I can get something, like I'll be on a stretcher with my hand up in the air and be like, what is that? He's like, oh, he yanked one of his testicles off. If I can get a hold of an ear, if I can bite your nose off, I can rip your ear off. I can gouge your eye out. I can grab a testicle and pop it. Bro, you know who fights fair? The fucking loser. That's who fights fair. So I'm just saying, like, I didn't say I was a bouncer. I said I just got in bar fights for a hobby. Like, he didn't really want to fight. I did. That was the difference. I instigated a lot. It's all we did. Does it matter what grit an axe is sharpened to? Yes. You don't want it too fine. You want something that's really coarse. You want a fairly coarse edge on that. That's why a lot of people use a file. File's a great way to sharpen an axe. Give me that hat. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to pull this up right now. Let's see where we're at. Let's look at subs. I want to remind everyone we have I got a handful. We are at 9836 on share screen. Well, here's the thing. Happy haptics. I've taken martial arts and kickboxing. Well, I don't anymore. I can't. Here's where we're at right here. 9836. I've taken martial arts, kickboxing, and all kinds of different types, 2 different types of karate and stuff since I was like 6. So, I mean, it's just, but there is always a bigger fish. I was just always lucky enough to be the big fish. That's all. Hit the like button, he says. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stop sharing this. We're going to convert this over. We're going to go check and see what Jod might be up to. Let's go over here. Cutlery Corner Network. We'll pull up their live. Ooh, this is a good one.
I even told the
Oh,
girls
fuck,
this
it's her
earlier
again. Damn
that
it.
This is my favorite look in the Boy
It's my
Scout life, I
favorite
think, that
look.
you guys have ever done.
And this is unique. So a lot of times, you know, a lot of the Boy Scouts.
I'm coming back, guys. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm trying to get it. All right. It's fine. I'll send you my address. I don't fucking care. If I get my ass whooped, it won't be the first fucking time. Probably won't be the last time. Jod needs his minute break. What was this? Bro, it's a fucking live feed. Chill out. Like, I'm just telling you, that's what I used to do as a hobby. Again, I don't know where it all started. You're the one that started the whole fucking thing about fucking wanting to come out here and fight me. So, like, fucking you take it down a notch. De-escalation. I'm in a good mood. Quit trying to fuck up. Quit trying to fuck up my calm, happy haptics. I think it's pronounced jogging. Trying to interfere with my inner calm. No, here, let's get this. Let's get this started here. Why is everybody in a bad mood tonight? I don't know what the fuck. Let's get this. Let's bring this up. Share that. Now let's make this big. Now we'll come back here.
Their artwork.
You got to turn off the echo.
You got the fleur de lis on the bolster.
Look
That's
at this.
Really nice artwork. That's
Yeah.
that done in manufacturing, engraving in there.
Mhm.
You've got stars. So obviously, you know, you think of Boy Scouts, you think of All-American, you think
Yeah.
of just
Thomas, the worst
just
ass whooping I
kind of
ever
as
took
American
was
as
from a little
it
dude.
gets. But you so you
Little
got the
dude, like
stars
Nico
on that,
size.
and blue synthetic.
Beat
Okay.
me.
So it shows up
He was
very
just
clean
so
and crisp
thick.
on there.
Mhm.
You're going to have that in the trapper frame. And this is a new pattern. This is brand new for us this fall. So this is
Okay.
a new part of our license. Again, we're excited to partner with the Boy Scouts.
Wait, is this
A
a
portion
different?
of all these licensed products.
There's
go
a
back
different
to
dude.
the organization.
Okay.
So we work closely with
That's
them
a
on the
different
design and
dude.
development. But this is a really good one. A lot of folks
It's-
have
oh,
Boy
this
Scouts
is
in
the-
their families, or they know folks.
Right.
This is the dude
Great way
from
to share
Case
this with the younger
Knives.
generation. And
Is this going to be a case
And there's
only?
only 4.
Oh.
So 4.
Thank
for
you,
the
Rocky.
Christmas shoppers. $79.36. Item number is 111693. Now,
I just couldn't-
the
I couldn't
wood
catch
handle
him.
of the
Like, he's just
day.
all
This
over
is
the
that
place.
dark brown.
This is that
How do they
brown
sell in
maple
business?
burl,
Because they
and it
sell
is
a lot of
fantastic.
it. And
So
these
the
are
toothpick,
case
we
knives.
talked
They're not
about that.
crap.
There's a lot of collectors out there. It's 3 inches closed, so it's a smaller knife.
Yes.
Perfect knife for your pocket, your purse, your tackle box, your glove compartment, wherever you may need a knife. Just handy. The perfect gift, and it's
They are not the
Buzz and
perfect
I's
gift.
favorite shield, the bomb shield. Yeah.
Don't
So
you
if look
believe
at
it?
that
They are
shield,
not the perfect.
No,
Well,
I don't
actually,
even know
case
why they
knives.
call it.
aren't.
I guess it kind of looks like
Some people call it an acorn shield.
yes, and that in some ways that makes more sense than the bomb.
Oh, it's
Bomb
bird
shield.
mouth.
But it'll always be the bomb
Bomb
shield to
shield.
me too. But
Yeah.
beautiful shield, beautiful knife, nickel silver, bolsters, shield.
Yeah.
You've got that true sharp surgical stainless steel blade.
So I think she's
Great
talking about my
American
friend Denny Graychef.
piece right
Denny's
there.
not a real
Great
big
Even
dude.
the maple.
Denny
Maple
is
feels
a
very
really good
American.
friend of mine. He's a
It's
professional
gorgeous. It's very
boxer, world
classy.
champion kickboxer.
And this is the
Great,
very
great, great
first
dude.
show
Really
that
nice.
we've been
And he would
highlighting
fuck
this
you
brown
up.
maple. The toothpick, we
Fuck
only
you
have
like
9.
that.
So if this toothpick is on your radar, ooh, please call in
You
quick.
better get it quick. And
Yeah.
these are all new this year.
These
So
are
even if
horrible. You're
even
right.
you're
This
just highlighting
isn't
it, it's
attractive.
like I don't know what to get them. I haven't got a knife since last Christmas. There's no way they would have gotten this knife last Christmas. So.
Good point. Yes.
Yeah.
111682.
So
$69.
There's another guy that they talked about this, that they were
Over
going to
the years,
have
you
the
guys have done
case.
some fabulous John Deere knives.
We
Man, I
are
don't
so
watch
proud
this.
to really
This
represent
isn't
that
fun.
brand.
It's only case
really one of our
knives.
first big licenses as we got back into it.
Mhm.
We've had this license for
Well, there shoots that. I don't want to hear him only talk about case knives. I want to see the garbage. Freaking, what was it? Stagalone. It's Stagalone. It's a fake. It's plastic. I'm pinching a nipple in a fight. I told a story a few years ago. I bit a dude's finger off in a fight. This was just capricious youth and stupidity. What we would do would be, you're not talking about Denny Graychev, my friend. You're not talking about my pet Russian. We went downtown, and one dude was like, we went down to a thing. We got off in a pretty rough neighborhood, and I was talking with a buddy of mine. And I told him where we got off, and he's like, "Hey, you didn't bring a gun?" And I was like, "No, I brought a Russian. I brought my Russian pro boxer friend. I brought my pet Russian." I really wasn't glamorizing. That's how we all bonded. Like when we would get a new crew of Marines on board, you would go out and you didn't know these guys. And so there was 150 sailors and 300 some Marines. And so they were everywhere. They just covered everything. They were just everywhere. There was nowhere you couldn't go that the big green eating machine, like in port, in the shit. And so what would happen was you'd be so frustrated and have all this pent up frustration. You'd wind up, and just for fun, just because you'd start a fight with a handful of Marines. By the end of the night, I never had a fight with a bunch of Marines where at the end of the night, I wasn't just out drinking with them later. We're all busted up, bloody. Like I came back one time, my nose was laying across my face and my ear was all torn loose and bleeding. And I was drinking beer with the guys that we fought with. It's just a military thing. I don't really know who you're talking about. I don't like Muay Thai. I don't like getting kicked in the legs. It's definitely not one of my favorite things. Other things I don't like getting hit in the nose. And I don't know if you've seen, it's kind of crooked. It happened a lot. So Zoroaster, you sparred with, I don't know. I'm allergic to you. Freaking cat. Last live feed, he wasn't here, but he's here. He's here now. You want your belly rubbed? You're a weirdo. This cat loves having his belly rubbed. So I'm going to tell you guys what. I know there's 25 people here. I don't want to sit like this. So what is that? Yeah, definitely him protecting me. I'm probably going to end this, and then I'm just going to do something for the paying members. I probably am going to get into a better position because I'm sorry, I'm just hurting. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. The worst ass beating I got was from a little dude. Guys always underestimate the little dude. I've done it a few times. I've done it a few times. I don't do it anymore. You never underestimate a big dude or a little dude. What was this? Oh, you're about to buy? Okay. CrazySharp. That's coupon code. Guys, if you want to try that French toast coffee, I'm not going to lie to you, it's some of the best coffee I've had in a long time. It's not really strongly flavored. I'm not going to turn this into an advertisement for one of my affiliates, but I really, really love the coffee. It is really good. I have two flavors here that I like. I have their maple pecan, and I also have the French toast, and it's fucking amazing. So good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this. So if you're a paying member, go to the Gilded server. Don't if I start, I'm going to be upset if I start a movie. We didn't come close. We didn't come close to the $400 needed for this to go in my pocket. So I'm kind of glad, I'm kind of not. I think we got to 60. We would have to have significantly more super chats. So I do have something to tell you guys. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if you guys follow the channel that I'm talking about, but over at the quartering, I talked with Jeremy tonight, and there's a chance he might be willing to come on as a guest. And I think that would be fun. And I don't think it would turn into anything political. I think it would just be a fun evening of us hanging out. So I am going to get off of here. I'm going to find a different position to get in. I'm going to turn these lights off so I don't have to look at them. I'm doing movie night for everyone that's a paying member. So guys, if you're not using that benefit, the benefits that we get, that I give you guys, I do ask one thing. If you leave the membership, don't leave some bullshit fucking thing that says I didn't offer any real benefit to the membership, because I absolutely go out of my way to try and do stuff that is free and fun and you guys can do, and you don't have to try and feel like you have to drop a super chat, because there's no way for you to do it when I do movie night for the paying members, because you guys already support the channel plenty. So guys, I love y'all. I'm going to end this. It's been an hour and a half, and I know it is late. So any of the paying members, I'll see you over in the Gilded server momentarily.